The 2021 NASCAR Xfinity Series season will never be forgotten. AJ Allmendinger's return, Ty Gibbs' amazing debut, Myatt Snider's first win, the inaugural race at COTA, Kyle Busch reaching 100 wins in the Xfinity Series, Jeb Burton's first win, Josh Berry's first win, Daniel Hemric's return and getting his first win after 5 years of trying, the start of the iconic chant.
Let's go, Brandon!
But no matter what, without the playoffs, the season might shape up differently, and today I'm going to tell you how. So let's break down the 2021 NASCAR Xfinity Series season. In the first 6 races, we would have 4 full-time winners, with Austin Cindric winning the season opener at Daytona and then winning again 4 weeks later at Phoenix. Myatt Snider would get his first career win at Homestead, with AJ Allmendinger winning his first race since being back at Las Vegas, and Justin Allgaier would cap off the opening 6 races with a win at Atlanta. So after the first 6 races, Austin Cindric would lead the point standings by 36 points over second place and 2018 champion Daniel Hemric. He would do this with finishes of 1st, 2nd, 5th, 4th, 1st, and 14th. Austin Cindric would continue his consistency with a 6th place at Martinsville and follow that up with a 2nd place finish at Talladega, but he would crash out at Darlington but would redeem himself with a win at Dover. He would grab a 5th place at COTA and would round off the first 12 races with a 2nd place finish at Charlotte. So after the first 12 races, Austin Cindric would lead the standings by 61 points over Harrison Burton. Cindric would be looking for redemption after coming up short to Chase Briscoe in 2020 by wrecking at Kansas. So now Cindric would be looking for redemption and the championship. At Mid-Ohio, Cindric would get spun out late and would end up finishing 14th. It was now 62 points ahead of AJ Allmendinger. At Texas, Cindric would finish 3rd, while Allmendinger would finish 6th and would grow the gap to 65 points. But at Nashville, Austin Cindric's consistency would end.
Tight door.
Oh, the
Very tight.
sideways. Oh, it's got there. They wreck behind him. Hemric's in it.
Wrecking behind
So
you.
Michael Annette. Cindric up into the wall. Caution is out.
Caution's out.
My goodness.
Cindric would end up finishing 32nd, while Allmendinger would finish 5th and was now 39 points behind. At Pocono, Cindric would bounce back with a win, while Allmendinger would finish 5th and was now 48 points behind. At Road America, Cindric would finish 8th, while Allmendinger would finish 4th. It was now 43 points behind. At Atlanta, Allmendinger would finish 13th, while Cindric would finish 10th. At the halfway point of the season, the 2 drivers would be separated by 44 points. At Loudon, Cindric would finish 4th and Allmendinger 12th. This would grow the gap to 51 points. At Watkins Glen, Allmendinger would finish 2nd while Cindric would finish 3rd and was now 50 points behind. At the Indianapolis road course, Cindric would win the race while Allmendinger would finish 2nd and was now 55 points behind. At Michigan, Austin Cindric's point lead would take a hit.
Out of the 7 car, the 68, big crash! The 2 is wrecking, Myatt Snider's spinning around, Cindric's involved,
Hemric's involved.
Bubba Wallace,
Justin Haley. That quickly. Austin Cindric. Look at, the damage on that car. One of my favorites, for sure.
Heavy damage.
Cindric would end up finishing 37th, while Allmendinger would go on to win the race and was now only 15 points behind. At Daytona, Cindric's season would get even worse.
Allmendinger earlier, don't stay with the 10, your teammate on the bottom, go up and pick up the 11. There you see him doing that. Now you'll see him move down, try and pick up the 10 from that bottom line. So really, more what's happening here than anything, the Colleague cars trying to help each other out.
we got a car in the wall. Austin Cindric is in the wall, net spins.
Daniel Hemric gets collected. Myatt Snider through the asphalt. Michael Annette, the aid of Sam Mayer. Dale Jr., you mentioned this on our call this week. You thought this less power, these guys would have to take the runs. The blocks perhaps would be easier, but the guys would be less likely to lift. And then we might see some more issues on the straightaway. And that's where this one started.
He would end up finishing 39th, while Allmendinger would come up just short of the win and finish 2nd, and would take the point lead by 24 points over Austin Cindric. At Darlington, Cindric would finish 3rd and Allmendinger would finish 20th. So with 9 races to go, it seemed like Austin Cindric would finally meet his match. This would be a battle between the veteran AJ Allmendinger and the youngster of Austin Cindric. At Richmond, Cindric would finish 16th and Allmendinger would finish 18th to shrink the gap to 5 points. And at Bristol, the title rivals would clash.
Well, great restart of the outside. The 7 of Allgaier right on the bumper of the 22, but the 16 battles back.
Here comes Allmendinger. It's Cindric and Allmendinger into 3 and 4. Allmendinger up the racetrack. They make contact. 3 wide for the lead. 1 lap to go. Here comes Allgaier on the inside. They go up the racetrack. Allmendinger back in on the inside. He takes the lead. More contact behind him. The race for the win through 3 and 4. Allmendinger, Cindric, side by side. Allmendinger wins it at the line.
That's incredible.
That's amazing.
This is the coolest thing I have ever seen.
After this clash, Allmendinger would extend his lead to 9 points. At Las Vegas, Cindric would finish 4th and Allmendinger would finish 7th and would close the gap to 6 points. But at Talladega, the championship battle would be turned on its head.
That's going to slow that top lane down.
Oh, we've got a crash.
Huge
Caution's
crash.
out. The 8 car, Sam Mayers. Also the 16, AJ Allmendinger.
And it was this same race where this happened.
Thank you to all of our partners. Oh my God, it's just such an unbelievable moment.
Brandon, you also told me, as you can hear the chants from the crowd, let's go, Brandon. Brandon, you told me you were going to kind of hang back those first 2 stages and just watch and learn. What did you learn that helped you there in those closing laps?
Oh my God, it was learning how each line didn't stay to 1. Everything shifted top to bottom so much that it was kind of like, okay, let's just stay patient where we're at and hope for the best. And
Anyway, Allmendinger would finish 39th and Cindric would finish 8th and would take the point lead back by 25 points over Allmendinger. At the Roval, Allmendinger would win the race while Cindric would finish 2nd, who is now 22 points ahead. At Texas, Cindric would finish 5th and Allmendinger 6th, growing the gap to 23 points in Cindric's favor. At Kansas, Cindric would finish 2nd, Allmendinger would finish 3rd, and would grow the gap to 25 points. At Martinsville, Cindric would finish 2nd, and Allmendinger would finish the race in 7th, and going into the finale, Austin Cindric would have the point lead by 31 points over AJ Allmendinger, and all he had to do at the finale was finish the race in 26, and he would be guaranteed the championship. Well, at Phoenix, Cindric would qualify on pole and dominate the race until a late race restart would trigger some events, and Cindric would end up finishing 2nd and would grab his first Xfinity Series championship. So Austin Cindric would win his first championship in 2021 over AJ Allmendinger and get redemption for 2020. So in 2021, despite the great story of Daniel Hemrick getting his first win and the championship in real life, without the playoffs, that story wouldn't even exist. And with AJ Allmendinger coming up short in 2021, this would end up lighting a fire under him for 2022. Well, that'll do it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week for 2022. And as always,
Let's go, Brandon.